What's going on, guys? Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad Smith and I'm your host, and we talk everything OTC stocks. So just wanted to apologize. I've already since deleted the previous video. I went live earlier for those of you who didn't tune in, and it was some really technical difficulties. I'm in the middle of recording a bunch of stuff for you guys, and I was rendering videos, and I guess it just really slowed down my computer, and it resulted in, not necessarily, or resulted in a not so good live stream, let's put it that way. So I hope, looks like everybody's saying, and we're back. So it looks like everything is hunky-dory. Perfect. So Nick, what's going on? Neil, hey, what's up? Julie, Fareed, I hope I pronounced that right. So anyway, guys, so AAGC, that is the ticker symbol we're going to be talking about today. For those of you who are visiting me for the first time, welcome. If you look over into the chat, I always answer everybody's questions towards the end of the video. So if you have any questions about over-the-counter stocks or today's topic, feel free to ask away in the chat, and I will revisit those questions for you. So AAGC, this was a stock that I had called out, and many of us called out within the group. And if you're not in our group, check out the link. It's a Discord link where we all chat as like-minded individuals and help each other out while trading. So it was called out in the group. I noticed it on Equity Feed, which is a scanner that I'm about to show you, and also noticed a channel pattern starting to form with this on the 15-minute chart. So I will go ahead and do that here for you real quick. So bear with me. I'm going to share my screen. Boom. All right, so this is Equity Feed. For those of you who aren't familiar with this platform, I actually have my filter pulled up here. So this is like a momentum filter, and when I got into AAGC, this particular filter, it popped up on. If you aren't familiar with how I have this set up, please go back and check. I have a video out on this as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at this chart. So this is just the daily chart for today. And for whatever reason, it had a really strong dump on it. But the one great thing about Equity Feed is that Equity Feed provides, I think that one of the most valuable things, let's put it that way, of Equity Feed scanner is the news scanner. And so this is what came out on my scanner, popped up on my scanner, and I shouted out within the group this afternoon. And it's 8K that informed everybody that the current CEO resigned and that AAGC has a new CEO, which is a pretty major catalyst. And it looks as though they're looking to try to get current and get that caveat emptor status off of their books on OTC markets. So, and if you guys are using Equity Feed, haven't gotten familiar with the news scanner, I'll go ahead and pull it up here. So here's the news scanner, guys. And even if you aren't familiar with it, you can set certain parameters for news to pop up on here on stocks that you're only interested in. And here's another good thing. Here's MCGI. This is one I know a lot of us are in that I went ahead and shared on Twitter, but I'll go ahead and share it within our group as well if you guys haven't seen it. But 10K came out on MCGI, but if you look further down, it was around, yeah, here it is, 2 o'clock-ish. AAGC came out with that 8K, and I have it pulled up for you here. So here is the 8K. So the 8Ks are forms that have to be submitted to either the SEC or OTC markets, depending on how their filings are structured. And whenever there's like a major change within the company and they have to go and put it out in the form of a PR, then they also do this 8K filing. So this 8K, Bill Schaefer was the CEO, and he has since resigned, appointed Arlene Meza as a new CEO. Looks as though that maybe they are looking to get current as well based on their Twitter account, which I don't have pulled up, but I encourage you to check out their Twitter account. They did say that they're looking to get current and get that caveat emptor status set off. But here's the other thing, guys. If you are familiar with my affinity with the channel patterns, this is another strong sign, and one of the main reasons why I got in as early as I did was because I was following this pattern. So if you see how this was kind of looked like it was probably in some sort of accumulation pattern here, but when I got to this stage in the game. I actually got into this at 0009 up here because I started to notice that this ascending channel was forming, and this is it's a pretty beautiful channel if you ask me. And so when this right here is when the 8K came out, it busted out of that channel and then it just came dumping down for some reason, and I don't really have an explanation for that. I think let me bring you back. Let me bring you back. So I think for whatever reason, AAGC wasn't the only one that dumped towards the end of the day. I'm in a ton of positions right now, and they all seem to kind of take a dive in the last 15 minutes of the market today for whatever reason. So I'm not too worried about it breaking out of that channel just yet. I think I'm going to watch and see how it reacts, tomorrow. Another thing that I want to emphasize is that I got in at 0009 at 2.5 million shares. Right now, I only have 1.5 million shares left, and that's because I protected my initial investment, and that's what I always try to stress to you guys, and I'm practicing what I preach, that I got 2.5 million shares at 0009. I doubled my position. I protected my initial investment, and I'm now riding free shares. All that 1.5 million shares of AAGC right now is pure profit. It is all money that I have gained by taking that position, so that my initial investment I can use on later purchases. So that is what I always try to encourage you guys to do. And it doesn't have to be, I always try to look for positions that I know that I'm going to, or that I have a really good feeling that I'm going to double my money on. But it might not, you might not be in that stage of your game. So like if you're just saying, okay, look, I think I see 50% potential here, I'm going to sell my initial position when it reaches 50%, and then do it that way. And then whatever you have in there, ride it out and see if there's future catalysts that actually end up coming out on that, and then you can make your exit strategy that way. So I don't ever tell anybody when to sell. I was never told when to sell when I was being taught through this type of strategy, and it's really all depending on your comfort level and your level of risk. What are you willing to just take the quick and short money, or are you looking to wait and see how this unfolds and use that free money and that profit to just kind of ride it out and see which way it goes? So it's completely up to you after that point. So that's how I strategize getting out of stocks, and that's how I see value. And by no means am I telling you to buy this stock. It's just something that I'm going to actually kind of wait and see what happens, because lots of times when a new CEO arrives, there's future catalysts that come along and that sort of thing. So I'm just going to sit tight, see what comes after this new CEO takes over. I think that it looks like there might be getting current, and their pink status will come back, and all will be right in the world with AAGC, but we'll see. Okay, so as always, I'm going to go ahead and answer questions for y'all. And again, I'm sorry for the mess up earlier today. So looks like everything's good. Somebody has a question. What do you think of CHCI tomorrow? It went up 154%. CHCI, that's one I'm not familiar with, but if you wouldn't mind sending me a direct message in Discord with some due diligence you've done on your own, and I can take a look at it for you and see what I think, sure. But that's not one that I've checked out yet. So send it over. We were waiting the whole time. Sorry about that. Change your chat on the list options to live chat. No, I'm getting all the messages, so I don't know. What was my biggest loss? I made a really big mistake and took too large of a position one time, and I ended up losing what was it, $5,300. That was a tough pill to swallow. $5,300, and I told myself I would never do that again. So that's the other thing. I always manage risk by starting small, and then if I choose to take a larger position, then I might add into that momentum. But I always start my positions out on the small side. And maybe when my trading career starts to get to a certain point, and my risk tolerance and my risk level will increase. Maybe I'm willing to take a little bit more risk than I would, adjust that initial investment price. But right now, I think that I'm happy with how I'm making money at this point, and everybody evolves throughout their trading career, right? So you might be, your risk level or risk tolerance might be here at one point, and then as you start getting better and getting good at this, your risk tolerance might get wider or larger, because your confidence has now grown to a point to where you're okay with taking that position. Plus, or also that your account has gotten much bigger as well. So should add a category to your Discord of what positions you're holding. I'm not going to do that. I've already explained why. What is your biggest loss? I already did that. Do you think the catalyst CLKA had will have a positive effect on tomorrow's play? It's possible. So for those of you who are in CLKA, that was called out a couple days ago because of sudden volume, unusual volume coming in on that. And then there was news released today that they have a channel or developing a channel for Roku, which is a big deal, I think, in my opinion. And so we'll see what happens with that. It looked like there was it was holding its gains rather well today. And I think we could see a continuation of that tomorrow and into the coming weeks. I am in AAGC. Was pissed with that dip in the last 15 minutes, but now you're making me feel better. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Look, I mean, there's probably people out there that were just taking profit. Maybe they had gotten in early, even earlier than I did, and they were taking profits. It happens all the time. So, I wouldn't worry about what happens in a short 15-minute span, especially if you're planning on swing trading this, such as I am. And that's just my opinion. Again, if you're really uncomfortable with the position that you're in and you don't want to be in there, then don't be in there. I'm not going to scold you, or nobody else is going to be mad at you for taking profits or cutting losses or whatever. Just do what's comfortable for you, and that's what it's all about. Nobody's going to make you feel bad for making a decision that you are comfortable with. It's really the making decisions that you're not comfortable with that we probably would get on you the most about. So no worries there. Do you tend to average up rather than average down? It all depends. So Jack was asking, do you tend to average up rather than average down? I would average up sometimes if I saw that there was some crazy buying coming in and momentum was really going in that direction. Then yes, I would average up, just so I could get a little bit more on that run up. But if there is a dip, of course I would always try to average down. I've averaged down plenty of times. So it all depends on the situation. All depends on where the stock is sitting at any given time. And maybe I'll touch on why I do that from time to time. I don't think that's a topic that I've actually really truly addressed up to this point. Okay, well, looks like we're coming to an end on the questions there. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. A couple things. So if you are new to my channel and you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I would appreciate that, and you will get notified whenever I go live, and I can answer all of your questions for you and help you become a better trader. So I would appreciate that if you subscribe to my channel and like this video if you learned something new today. The other things that I want to address, if you liked what you saw with my equity feed scanner, there's a link down in the description for that. You can enter Brad Smith as a referral code, and you will get 10% off your subscription for equity feed. There are links for WeTrade HQ. If you still haven't learned or heard about what we're doing for you guys, we're building a social networking platform for like-minded individuals, not just within the OTC, but within all sorts of types of trading, whether you're trading Forex, crypto, big board stocks, it doesn't matter. We have over 20,000 cryptocurrencies and ticker symbols within our platform that you can grow and talk about and interchange ideas with, and also do live technical analysis with folks. And not only that, but I'm building a course that's going to be on WeTrade HQ, and there's going to be plenty of other courses on there for you to learn from, and I can't wait to get that started. So if you're interested, please register. You can go to WeTradeHQ.com, register your email, and you'll get notified of updates and when we go live with that as well. We're also on Facebook as WeTradeHQ.com. Links are all in the description, guys. Can't wait to get that all started. A lot of people looks like they're pretty excited about it as well. And check us out on Discord. We have 1,400 members on Discord. I can't wait. That's so awesome. Since Monday, okay, it's Thursday, and since Monday we've got 1,400 subscribers on Discord, or members on Discord. I can't believe that. It's awesome. The level of support I've gotten from you guys has been amazing, and I truly can't wait to keep going on this journey with you guys. It's so awesome. So anyway, with that, guys, as always, I will see you all before the bell, and you know, B Smith is out. See you tomorrow, guys.